Alright, your boy here, Double H, halves the whole, try and live, try and exist, try and live, try and exist. So what is this? You know, what are the names? We're going to talk about tactics now. And I may do this to a different tactics and everything for the whole tactical slang. So this is just my favorite formation. So whenever I play, whenever I play Championship Manager, or Football Manager, LA Manager, LMA Manager, pretty much Player Manager, this is always the formation that this is always my favorite formation. Of course, I change things based upon the game or the players I have, but primarily, this is the formation that I try and choose. So I'm just going to tell you why the 4-3-3 is why I believe this is the strongest and the best formation to have. So of course, you have your keeper in here and everything. And I always feel that having a flat back four is always the way to go. I think that this is always the way to go because, you know, obviously, maybe when we do the 3-3-4-3, I can tell you why obviously having three centre backs can be good, specifically for the players you have. But primarily, you're having your two centre backs, your ball playing centre back who can come and joining on the midfield, and much more of your limited old school centre back who pretty much understands the rudimentaries of playing as a central defender. So they both complement each other, and maybe it's nice to have one who is quite fast, who is very quick, and another one who is maybe a bit more physical and much more experienced. And then as well, you've got to have these right now. Crucial, your left back and your right back. And specifically, when we actually now talk about the front three, I'll tell you why it is very important and very crucial in this formation to have quality left backs and right backs. And then in your midfield three. So this is very similar to Barcelona. It's very similar to Barcelona, especially back in the Henry, Eto'o, Messi days. So having these three in here, you know, you have your DM who mops up everything, you know, and is there to pretty much be a protector of the defense because this is quite an attacking formation. So this DM is extremely important because it's there to pretty much stop the counterattacks that this formation will be susceptible to, because for this formation to work, it has to be a very offensive formation. And then as you have your central midfielders, it is very important that, you know, when you have this here, you have guys who are excellent at keeping the ball. Because again, remember, you know, this is only a 3. You don't have a 4 in the midfield. So just having one man less puts more pressure on each player, because that means that their possession of the ball has to be very good, and their intelligence and their usage of the ball has to be very good, and the way in which they can connect to the front three is very, very important. So these two central midfielders have to have high footballing IQ, and also be able to bring the ball forward and have good balance on the ball. So again, I mean, if you could have like a Kante, Verratti, and like maybe a De Bruyne in here, that would be insane. You know, a De Bruyne, Verratti, Kante midfield, bruh, Winston, nothing. So actually, maybe I should put in guys where my ideal guys have information. Maybe I'll do that afterwards. So the 3. Now, the way that I like a 3 to work in this 4-3-3. It's not like this. I hate this because I'm not a fan of the inside forward thing, you know. And whenever these guys are spread out wide and you have the left forward and the right forward isolated, and you have specifically this striker isolated, I don't like that. You know, I just don't like how the football is played, and I just think it just breaks things down and it just doesn't make the football sexy enough when it gets in the last third. What I want is for these guys to bunch in and to make the ball work centrally. I'm not a fan of crossing the ball. I'm not a fan of like playing this numbers game of like, okay, let's just cross, and hopefully the right ball will go through. I don't like that. I'm not really a fan of that. I like to keep things nice centrally and nice and narrow. And remember when I mentioned the left and the right backs? So these guys, they're there to originate the width, because they're there to originate the width so that these guys don't have to, and these guys can stay bunched in. And when you're having these guys bunched in, what you now have is you can attack the opposition out wide, and you can attack the opposition straight through the middle as well. Because if you're going out wide, yes, there's more space out wide, but it is very difficult if you're now relying on crossing the ball from out here to try and get the ball to one of your strikers, or you're looking for a pullback. And this is what Barcelona did so well, hence why, you know, this, because they're like, not revolutionizing that, but they just showed you the beauty of going through the middle. Is when you're going through the middle, the goal is right here. So which is better? Which has a better chance of success? Attacking the goal from right here, or trying to get across and attacking the goal from out here? And the beauty about that here is that this guy isn't stable. All these strikers are maneuverable. So this guy could end up in here and he goes out wide. Or these guys could come out wide and end up in here. And they're all moving and they're all flowing. And because the movement is so quick, it's going out, it's going in, it's going in, it's going out, and you now have to deal with 3 men. Because when you have the whole thing of, if we now put these guys out wide, primarily you're having to deal with this 1 man in here, and there are very few people who can play this lone striker position very, very well, very few people. But if you now have to have a threat of a 3, whether you're playing against a back 5 or a back 4, that is much more problematic. But specifically, if I'm a manager, I'm giving them the instructions of, you must keep it moving. You have to have quality of the ball movement, because if these guys are static, then it's very difficult to now go through the middle and through the center. But especially if you have the midfielder coming through and you're now dealing with almost a 4, and this is a one-touch quick football, and you're looking for that through ball, you're looking for that run, you're looking for that ball over the top, and it's nice, intricate, sexy, and technical ball skills that you're doing, it will make it very, very difficult. And you always know that if it gets too congested, you can always swing it out wide. And when you're swinging it out wide, and let's say your right back is there, you're looking for the cutback. You're looking for the cutback in here. You're not looking for just that ball in here. You're looking for the cutback in here. So that is why, for me, that 4-3-3 is my favorite for formation. You know, it's nice, it's attacking, it's dynamic, it's interesting, it's varied, and it's very, very five-dimensional. So guys, I will do more formations as well, show you the advantages and the disadvantages. I mean, okay, look, let me just quickly look at the disadvantages, because let's just be fair here. Thing about the 4-3-3, you know, the midfield, you know, if you don't have a quality midfield, not having that extra man in the midfield could mean that your midfield could get overrun. So if you're playing a superior midfield, this could prove very problematic for this 3 in here. And as I said again, because we're relying on this left back and the right back to go through, if these guys get dispossessed in the wrong way, of course, you know, you can have your DM who can come to cover, but this means that your centre backs could leave themselves very exposed, and if their positioning is wrong, then, you know, you could be very susceptible to a counter attack that could lead to you conceding a flipping G. And again, with the 3, as much as this can be good and so forth, you know, if your right backs and left backs are getting pinned back, and now you're now forcing these guys to go out wide, or they can't even get through the middle, or if they're forced to go out wide and they're not used to be playing out wide, that can then be proved problematic if your right back and your left back are being held back by the defensive structure of the opposing team that they're playing. So it is very important that you have a multi-talented front, because if you don't, then you're screwed. So yeah, that is the 4-3-3. If you would like, you know, to see any other formations, any other thoughts, hit your boy up again in the comments below. Remember to like the vid, remember to subscribe if you haven't subbed already, and remember to stay tuned for more footballing content from your boy HH. Peace out. Support your boy HH and become a patron. Click in the description box below and gain extra content based on the tier of patronage you acquire. Click on the description box below to learn more. Thanks for your support. Peace out.